Monday. Oh, my voice sounds terrible. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back to Jeff Lewis Live, where I recap Jeff Lewis Live every weekday at 12 o'clock California time, 2 o'clock Texas time, and 3 p.m. New York City time. Shout out, Chumpettes. Welcome. Sorry I had to cancel the weekly live yesterday. I was dead to the world. I mean, I literally slept or laid in bed. I didn't even sit up and watch much TV. Hello. Hi, Fluffy. Hello, Sharon. Kayla. Heather tomorrow. Yeah, I know you were excited about your girls, Brandy and Julie, last week. Shout out, everybody. Hello, DJ Rockstar Aaron. I love that name. I don't know why. I love unique Instagram names. I like funny Instagram names. Anyways, I'm feeling a lot better today, but I'm definitely not 100%. I mean, normally y'all know my energy is crazy high. So today, I don't think I watched any TV today. I did shower and I did put on a bra, which is better than I can say for yesterday. So shout out shower and bra. Shout out Lola Gucci and Valerie and Buffy Dog and Donna. Let's get started with shout out news. So if you follow, I say follow, the voice is so sexy. Oh yeah, Fluffers, so sexy. Shout out Chubets. If you follow Chef Stu on his Instagram, I think it was his subscription one, where Friday night he was apparently at Carrie and Todd's house for family night or something. I really couldn't tell who all was there. Maybe it was just them and whatever, but they were doing pie face, and there was a picture of Jeff when he got smashed in the face with the whipped cream. So I love that. Stu was on it doing it, so it was really cute. Best $4.99 a month ever. I promise you, it's so cute. Also, Scott. So even though I wasn't feeling well, thank you, Chumpettes, for sending me the Scott engaged pictures. I'm getting mixed up because I had a pretty busy Friday and Saturday. When it was, but I think it was yesterday. But Gage posted a picture of himself with a blue heart on his neck. Well, that got all of you wondering if he was covering up a hickey or if it just meant the blue heart for Scott's baby. I'm assuming that's what it was. I'm assuming if he had I don't remember connection, fucking A. Let me know if I have good connection, y'all. I did reset my, what's it called, modem today? Who knows? Let me know. No, the comments have died, so I'm assuming that means give me a thumbs up if I have anything. I'm putting S's in comments just to see if it's going to go up. Oh, it's good? Okay, it's good. Thank you. I'm assuming if Gage had a hickey on his neck from Scott or whoever he's off the market with, that he would just choose not to post that day, right? I don't know, but I'm so confused. I cannot understand some of the postings, some of the Ask Me Anythings. Is it for attention? I mean, he knows it's going to be a lot of Jeff Lewis people, so I don't know. I can't understand it all. I want to wrap my brain around it, and I cannot. He's thirsty, Dolly Girl says. Sip, 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 huh? Scott, as much as he's not been showing the baby's face, I think he's too tempted to show off that gorgeous face. Yesterday, he posted a picture of just the tip of his profile was on the picture in the baby stroller, looking like it was for a walk. Is that the thing that Gage and Monroe had to do, since we know now today that he told Jeff that they had plans and they couldn't go to the birthday party? By the way, I'm assuming just because of when they talked about it, the location, the wealth, the age of the child, and what good friends. Oh, I think somebody did post a picture of something else, and it was Jeff's longtime friend. Her Instagram is the real, oh gosh, she has the same name. She used to be on all the time during the pandemic. Kelly Clarkson, the real Kelly Clarkson, I think is her name, her Instagram name. So I think all those old friends and Liat, I think it probably was Liat's birthday party. $100,000 6-year-old birthday party. If they aren't posting to boost their business, then why post publicly? Buffy says. Maybe we'll get an official baby picture, Sharon says. Yeah, I don't know. I think if he is dating Gage, I think Kelly Osbourne, you're so right. I'm wrong. Kelly Osbourne, not Clarkson. Yes, thank you. I'm going to blame Gage on the fact that Scott Anderson blocked me on New Year's Eve, because that just makes me feel better. Okay. But also I do think, yes, I am sick, Lauren. I was very sick yesterday. I'm feeling a little better today, but not 100%. Thank you. But I'm going to blame Gage's influence. Somebody even said that maybe he shared his list of blocked people with Scott Anderson. Scott Anderson always knew my account. He knew I was a fun Jeff Lewis fan account. We've DM'd back and forth quite often up until New Year's Eve. Very friendly, very funny stuff, actually, and parenting stuff. Like, he told me some personal stuff that, I would never relay, but nothing, great. But I mean, we did share some information with each other that was nice and fun and lighthearted. Anywho, no reason for me to ever think he was going to block me. I mean, nothing happened. So I would like to say that was Gage's influence. So because Gage now feels very strongly about kids until they're old enough to consent, which clearly Scott's baby boy is not old enough to consent. Thank you, Lauren. That he would be heavily influenced if they are dating, or even friends. Like, we know they're pretty good friends, right? They're following each other. They're liking each other's posts, things like that. They're alluding to things, but I want facts, boys. I want the facts. I want a picture of y'all with your feet in the bed. I want y'all to tag each other. I want you to be watching, a Beverly Hills Housewife together or something really fun. I want facts. I want it to come out. I want y'all to say Gage and Scott plus Gage and Scott. We love each other. We're buddies, whatever. Oh, butt buddies. I don't know about that, but yeah. Anyways, I want absolute acknowledgement by y'all if you are indeed dating. But I do feel like Scott is dying to show off this precious baby boy's face, and he's maybe influenced by Gage to not do that just yet. But he did show us the tip of the profile, and what a cutie. Valentine's Day is approaching, which to me is Stu and Jeff's 1-year anniversary. But yeah, Valentine's Day is big for any new couple. So I'm curious if they'll do an outward sign, or if they'll just like show roses or what's that flower they seem to like? Jeff loves orchids. Jeff loves orchids too. I doubt they'll be watching Flippin' Out. That is true. That would be hilarious. Elle Raines, Laura, I can actually see them do that. Wouldn't that be hilarious? And put like a devil picture on it or something, like watching Flippin' Out, like they're like trauma bonding together. That would actually be hilarious. But I'm pretty demented. I mean, I am a Jeff Lewis Live listener, so I am pretty demented in the brain. What else? I did love the Benifer, the J-Lo and Ben drama last night. So I did see a video that my friends Ann and Gina had posted. Dames Who Dish, their account is super fabulous. If you're not following it, Dames, Dames, Who Dish. They give all the gossip on all the shows. They posted a video or something, and I DM'd her, which I responded to her story, which goes to her as a DM. And I was like, ooh, that gives me like husband and wife vibes, like they're arguing. And I was like, I'm just saying, like, I can tell they are in public. She knows she's being videoed. The cameras are on her, and they were not even faking the lovey-dovey. Then today I see more video of her like totally looking at him and saying something. He like sits up like, he's just gotten in trouble or something. And I'm like, oh yeah, they were definitely arguing. They were definitely having a moment that most of us husbands and wives would not want caught on TV. But what are you going to do when you're Benifer, right? Wonder Woman, I just thought about this. Did Jeff and Scott plan on having babies around the same time? The timing is close to when they were still together. So actually, yes, they both went through the process like the same month-ish. Very much so. Very, very close timing. We don't know exactly the details, but I do remember Jeff saying at one point after he was with Stu, after he and Scott had broken up, he had mumbled something about that he was trying to have a baby. So I think it was within a few months of that. But yeah, even the second attempt that Jeff had, that was sadly a failed attempt at surrogate, what do you want to say, a surrogacy failure? Or whatever you want to call it. The baby didn't, the woman didn't get pregnant. Their babies would have been very close in age, which I don't know. I think all things happen for a reason. And if they would have stayed together, I don't know. Families come in all different ways and everything happens for a reason. So I feel like it happened for a reason. I'm very happy for Scott. That would have made it even harder for Jeff. I think just like a married couple who may have had a pregnancy and then planned or unplanned, and then maybe they had a falling out. I think any pregnancy could make somebody try to stay together, right? For sure. So who knows what Jeff's life would look like right now if his surrogacy pregnancy would have taken. I don't know. But apparently Miss Monroe herself always wanted a baby brother. So does she have one? Is she a stepsister? Is she, I don't even know. Fluffy, Gage said he'll have the kids that Jeff would have been also Jeff's. Yeah, because they have embryos together with some with Jeff's sperm and some with Gage's sperm, right? Ben is trying to navigate his sobriety at an engagement with alcohol. Oh, is he still, okay, I don't know much about alcoholism or any, what do you call it? When you're addictions, thankfully. But, oh, that is true that, this is probably an event that is maybe triggers him. That's maybe, a struggle for Ben Affleck. I don't know. Okay, well, we're done with shout out news. I don't even know that I said that, but welcome to anybody that's new. Lots of y'all are looking at my account. Give me a tiny, tiny little follow. If you will. My account is growing like a turtle. So if you're lucky enough to have a friend that's a Jeff Lewis Live listener in your life, tell a friend about my social media accounts. I'm on TikTok. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Facebook group, Facebook page, Spotify, Fireside app. 100% of my stuff is always on Instagram, though. I feel like Instagram is just easier, but I do have to keep other options open because when they block me from going Instagram live for absolutely no reason, in my opinion, I have to keep other options open like the Fireside app or going live on YouTube or going live on TikTok. So make sure you're following me on all of those places. If you will, Buffy Dog, I love today's show with no guest and Doug and Shane. It was amazing. Oh, thank you, Ventimila. So today was supposed to be Carney Wilson. He didn't say, why she wasn't there. We know the Rona is going around just like it always has been. So maybe it's a Rona case and she just didn't want to say. A lot of times when people have had to cancel, we find out the same day or the next day, like when Dorinda had to cancel, she had the Rona. Who else has canceled because of the Rona? I feel like a few people have, and he's usually said. But Carney Wilson was a no-show. I'm not opposed to that. I mean, I need her like every 4 to 6 weeks. There's some people, to me, Megan and Doug are old standbys. Love them. I feel like they can mesh with any guest. They can also mesh with just Jeff and Shane like it was today. So we don't know the reason that she was off. A lot of people love her. A lot of people don't love when she's on. But like I said, I need 4 to 6 weeks between. She's been a no-show a lot. Ooh, Carney Wilson has? Ooh, remind me, Laura. I'm kind of forgetting. I guess I think of more Tori Spelling as being late, but, that's just because they make so much fun of it. So they first start off with Jeff saw Scary Sherry on Saturday, and she was telling him what a fat and bloated person that he was. So on Saturday, he was 202 pounds, and today he's 4 pounds lighter at 197. Good grief. I mean, who can lose? He's already tall and slender. I know he keeps saying that he's chubby right now. I last saw him, when was I in New York? When was that? Was that early January or early December? Early December was when I saw him at Watch What Happens Live and the Amy Phillips show. And then we saw him at the Sirius XM studios. So early December. He is very tall and very thin. I do believe he's got a fixation on weight, which don't we all, or a lot of us do. But he definitely is motivated by the number on his scale. And he has said that he's starting to film, I think later this month. I think I heard him say a date on on one of the commercial breaks, which if you are not watching the Sirius XM app, they now put about 2 minutes up. He's about 6'1", 6'2". He's not crazy tall, but I grew up with a dad who was 6'5", so, and very tall and slender. And my grandmother's 6'1". All my 11 aunts and uncles are super tall and thin. I'm 5'7", and I wouldn't qualify as super thin, but I didn't get that gene apparently from my dad's side. So I don't think he's crazy tall, but he's about 6'1" or 6'2", I think. But he is almost 53, so he might be, we lose a few inches as we get older. I feel he looks a lot skinnier today. I think for him, 4 pounds can make a huge difference because he is already so tall and thin. I love how Jeff is such a good whistler. He's always whistling in the breaks. Isn't that so cute, Ashley? I love that too. He is actually a very good whistler. I'm a terrible whistler. My dad was a great whistler. So lately, I've been whistling lately. Maybe it's Jeff influenced. And my kids, it drives them nuts because I'm so horrible. Listen. See how it's not real solid? It's a little airy. It drives my kids freaking insane. But I do it anyways, probably just to drive them insane. But Jeff's a really good whistler. So if you're not watching on the Sirius XM app now, there's about 2 minutes of what they call pre-show, and it's labeled on there. Then you can fast forward. You can just scroll the little line to the little gap in the line. You'll see it looks like a little timeline. If you scroll to there, you'll get to commercial 1, then scroll, and then it's about 2 to 4 minutes of commercial breaks. So they're talking, they're saying stuff. Sometimes it's boring. Friday literally was no information whatsoever. I was busy all day Friday night till about 8:30 at night. So when I finally sat down to, or maybe 10 o'clock, I don't know when I did it. When I finally sat down to run through it, I didn't even make any stories of it because they weren't even that great. Jenny, the Fireside app, DM me because it should have worked, but I had to cancel the show because I wasn't feeling well at all. So I had to cancel the Fireside weekly recap yesterday. Sorry about that. I made a story, but you probably didn't see it. But the app should still be working for you. Just my show wasn't there. And then you go to the commercial 2, and then some days, but not every day, I noticed there's been an after show. So on one of those, when Sutton was on last week, that is when she subtly announced that they were going to start filming February 14th. So I, of course, make a story about it, and then it's all over everywhere. And I'm like, yeah, I wonder where you got the information. I mean, my account literally has like 3 followers, so I doubt they got it from me. But it wasn't like public knowledge, like it wasn't like Bravo had announced that. So anyways, Ashley, when my husband whistles, it annoys the shit out of me. But Jeff's whistles are very much like a songbird. I love that, Ashley. Your husband's... Can't some of our husbands do annoying shit? And like if Jeff Lewis did it, we would think it was kind of cute. That's not right, is it? All the time, my husband is like, I mean, it's a joke, of course, but he's like, he is gay, right? Like, you're not going to LA for these shows or whatever, which, when is Jeff going to do another show? Jeff, hello, even in LA, he doesn't have to travel, just do it locally. We're all dying. He has not had a live show since November 2021 in Burbank, California. So he keeps sitting around to it, and then he keeps having wiener problems and back problems. What other problems was he having? Was he having other medical problems? Emotional problems? I don't know. All the on pause and pause. Who knows? He does travel to New York a lot lately, but I don't think he would do a New York. I think he would do a California one. That way all the chumps could easily go and be in the show. He's so gay when he burps, a purse falls out, Fluffy said. My God, you always have hilarious shit to say. By the way, y'all, Fluffy should be, definitely wiener problems, his UTIs. Fluffy should be a comedian. He's actually very funny on the fly. He cracks me up all the damn time. Okay, this super rich Calabasas birthday party, fake snow. I think we've decided this is Liat, right? Oh, who was on today? Well, Jen, it was supposed to be Carney Wilson, and they didn't say why, but she was not there, and it just ended up being Doug and then Shane and Jeff. So what does he do at his show? When I was there, it was, who opened? Now I'm trying to think. Brandy and Julie opened. Jay Leno surprised us and opened, actually. Todd did some, walk around the audience type stuff and give away T-shirts and stuff. like if you answered questions or something. Jeff gave me and Cheryl from Van Nuys a drink of Drink Aid from what's her face. So he called us up to the stage to give us that. I did the meet and greet where you take pictures with them afterwards. So I got to meet Shane and Megan and everybody. He was with Scott at the time, but Scott, and he waved to him in the audience. Scott very much kept to himself, and I don't even remember seeing him at the meet and greet. I don't think Scott's into that stuff at all, or he definitely wasn't at the time. So he wasn't into all of that. But it's really fun, and they just kind of answer questions. It's almost like a public meet and greet. They tell stories. Jameson performed T for D live, so that was really cool. I feel like Shane performed something that I don't think he did. But they were on stage. So anyway, it's really cool. Met Alyssa in the line waiting for our tickets. So anyways, very cool. So fun to go see a show. Doug was definitely there. I have pictures of Doug. So all those pictures are on my grid on my Instagram. Yeah, it's so fun. I love going to see any live show, but definitely a Jeff Lewis live show for sure. I love that he took Monroe to Century City, and she was really good, deserved a third Squishmallow. But when she wanted to buy one for Aurora and take it out of her own piggy bank, she was like hell to the no. So that sounds like a typical 6-year-old. Like, I want to be nice, I want to be sweet and share, but I don't want it to come out of my money, right? So that sounds pretty on par for a 6-year-old daughter of Jeff Lewis, right? I did catch something. He did talk about Stu quite a bit. Doug said something about when they were talking about the pee on the floor, you're perfect for each other. And Jeff, in typical Jeff fashion, said, I don't know about that. So he likes to get his digs in, but he can also go days where we have no idea what's going on with them, right? So he did say some things later, talked about Stu a lot, but somebody DM'd me and asked me who the list was of the trivia. And I was eating my lunch, so I didn't DM them back. I'll give you the list of the 6 people soon. The list that they said anyways, which I won't repeat where they're going to be or when, because Jeff chose not to do that today. But he has mentioned it before a couple of times. They've made it very clear. So if they choose to go somewhere else, I do not know. But if you're in the LA area and you were paying attention, they have mentioned an option for this week of where they might go. I don't know. The bull shark attack. Okay. It's often funny to, not funny. Funny's not the word. Entertaining, not entertaining. What's the word? Interesting, fascinating how Jeff is so into these shark attacks. But then when I Googled it, I quickly found out it was a 16-year-old girl and her friends were sitting around on their jet skis watching this. That hit a little too close to home. Obviously, I don't want anyone to ever die from a shark attack, but, sometimes I think of like an old, 78-year-old, wrinkled up wave runner dude, and I don't think of a 16-year-old girl in a river where you wouldn't expect so much a shark attack. Curious for sure. And their friends sitting around having to watch it and be so helpless. So that's horrific as a mom. But Jeff said that he would only jump in for Monroe, Shane, and Kian. Like, how does Kian make the list? Is it because he's young and he feels like he's like a father figure to him? Like, what in the hell? Stu, would you not jump in for Stu? Even Gage, come on. I mean, not that he would be with Gage, we don't feel like, but wouldn't he jump in to save Monroe's other father? Now that I say that out loud, he would absolutely not do that. And he might even push him in a little bit if he saw some dolphins, right? I did love that. I'd never heard of the term parallel parenting. Did sound like some jabs with this birthday party texting about we have plans. I'm very curious to know what the plans were. Maybe it was a walk with the Scott's new baby. He didn't mention that he was with Stu today, did he? He didn't mention either way. He definitely didn't say anything either way. Hell no to Gage, Martindale says. Dalek. Martindale C5, whatever. He likes Kian more, it seems. It does seem like he likes Kian a lot. And I think he also likes Jab and Shane, that how much he likes Kian, right? The shark would break a tooth on Gage's chin. Oh, good Lord, chin implant. Y'all are terrible. He stopped giving daily updates. Yeah, because listen, today is January 5th, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Today should be day 37, right? And he didn't give us a number, but he normally does, right? Who takes out a week-old baby? Oh, my gosh. The amount of parental criticisms, if you want to call it that y'all are giving to me about Scott, I can only imagine the shit he's getting. If he doesn't make his account go public or private for just friends and family soon, I'm not sure. But I think if he's getting 1/10 of what y'all are sending to me, I'm sure, because y'all are really questioning the stuff he's doing. The fact that the baby was on their side in the crib. What else? Oh my God, what were y'all telling me? Y'all had a lot to say about that. Wearing him on the infant carrier, like when the baby was like a day or two old. Y'all had a lot to say about that. Y'all had a lot to say about the baby. Was the baby strapped into the stroller? Because y'all couldn't really see. I don't know, but it would not surprise me if he goes, shout out Diane, if he goes private soon with his account, especially if you're going to post pictures of your baby. I wouldn't want to get second guessed. I mean, as a first time parent, you're second guessing yourself so much anyways. I mean, I say single parent, but if he's with Gage, maybe he doesn't feel like a single parent because he's got Gage to guide him and lots of friends and family. But who knows? I wouldn't want that. I still don't understand why he or Gage have public accounts for Instagram, because it doesn't suit them as far as their jobs go. So leave that father alone, Diana says. I know, but I don't think they are, because y'all are telling me y'all are DMing him. What else? The fact that Jeff was wanting to get Monroe's diet plan from Gage so she can follow it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's being jokey about that. Oh, one thing that I was shocked about, this caller Penny, shout out caller Penny if you're there. It's her birthday today, and Jeff actually obliged her and sang the Chili's birthday song. So I remember a while back, and somebody called in, and he was very begrudging, like, don't think this is going to happen all the time. Like, don't put every call through. But, they can decide what calls they want to take and what they don't want to take. Now, all I can think of is if maybe she told Alyssa something else on the pre-screening, and when she actually got on the phone, she said, oh, it's my birthday. Would you sing the Chili's birthday song to me? But he did it. He didn't even sound bitchy about it. So I was like, wow, Jeff, what a good attitude you have today on this Monday morning. I loved all the chic blankets and outfits. I haven't even looked at the outfits the baby's been in, because I think he's been swaddled most of the time, unless I missed something. You talking about something else? I know he was swaddled really tightly in the crib picture, and I know in the crib picture, and in the snuggly in the front carrier picture. Of course, he was in a carrier, so we couldn't see him at all. I haven't really seen outfits, but yeah, I'm sure Gage will be a big help with Scott. I'm assuming too. Okay, the trivia night. 6 people per team. This is who he said his team is. So for those of you asking if Stu's on the team, Jeff, Sutton Strack, Doug, Marlo the attorney, Megan, and Shane was like, and me? So much for Shane going home, I guess when he's off at like 6 or 7 at night. He and Jeff hang out a lot. They go to the dinners together. They do social stuff together. If it's working, great. And it seems to be working, but it also seems like, I don't know if it's much of an option, right? I mean, I think you would want to hang out with Jeff, but at the end of the day, it is his boss. You know what I mean? Like, how much, I don't know. Like, how much do you want to hang out with your boss if you're in that kind of situation? I don't know. Is anybody in a situation, DM me if you are an assistant or someone like that to someone famous, because I do think they hang around each other a lot and it's like intertwined. They become almost friendly, right? I really love my nail color on camera. In person, it's kind of a little bit of a salmon color, but on camera, it's like a pinkish. It's really much prettier. I went from hot pink to pink. I love pink. Pink. My little girl that I mentor a little girl. She's a third grader now. I started last year with her, and she wanted me to get white nails with hearts on them. And I felt terrible when I didn't decide to do that, but I just couldn't. It sounded a little, wasn't feeling it. I'm sure Scott has a baby nurse telling him what to do. Jeff is very foolish if he doesn't have Jameson on his team. Oh, you think Jameson's going to know a lot? I can't tell if I think he does. When he builds that garage house thing, yeah, the AUV, is that what it's called? UDI, whatever that thing is called. Oh, I wonder if Shane will live there. Wow. It's at High Tops, isn't it? Shane will love it. That's all I'm saying is they've said that before. They chose not to say today when and where they were going. Jeff said he'd jump in to save Shane. I don't do gel nails. I have really, really good nails just genetically. But I love I love how shellac. So these are shellac. I've done powder, but powder's too thick. I don't need powder because I have really good nails. So I do shellac. Anyways, I get the bell and Jameson is super smart. I do too. Shout out Nick in Puerto Rico. How is Puerto Rico? We need to do some like Jeff Lewis live listener days somewhere. Oh my God, what city? That would be so fun. We just need Jeff to do a show. That way we could all meet there. That would be so fun. What else? Oh, Jeff did say that no one wants Stu on their team. I don't think Stu is the most academic person, but ADU, accessory dwelling units. Yes, that's what they call it when the rich people build basically a second apartment, I guess, an apartment building, apartment unit in the back of their house. And I guess they can rent it out, right? Which would make sense. Shit, LA is expensive. Good Lord. I have it so good here in Texas. I'm in the suburbs. We can get big land, big house for very little money. We do pay a shit ton of property taxes. And what else do I pay? Because we live near the water, we pay, what's it called? Not flood insurance. We do have that, but windstorm insurance is very expensive. I think if Stu focuses, he will be fine. Hilarious. Yeah, I can just see, can't you see Stu like focusing and then like drinking a martini? Like, Buffy Dog, so rude to Stu, and he could answer tennis and sport questions. That's true. Can he answer sports questions or just tennis questions, though? I did see on his Instagram yesterday, was it subscription? I can't remember, but it's because of lack of housing, they get tax incentives to build the ADU. Oh, that's very interesting. Thanks for that, Nick. Teresa Caputo is coming to Houston. Oh. I'm again. Is it back? Give me a thumbs up. It was telling me I had something. Julie wasn't on the list. I had Jeff, Sutton, Doug, Marlo, Megan, and Shane. Oh, but you're saying Julie, the stylist? I don't know much about her to know if she's smart or not. Yeah, that Stu was playing pickleball with somebody, which pickleball is similar to tennis, so I'm assuming he was pretty good at it. He looked pretty good at it, right? I love the end of it. It sounds like Jameson is back on the apps, trying to date as much as possible. He had a recent date that they both agreed was a no-go, so they just neither one started texting each other. We haven't had an update on Shane lately, but I think if Shane were dating someone, especially seriously, then they would be talking about him, and he would be at trivia. So I don't know. Oh, Brandy and Julie. I did think they mentioned Brandy and Julie going, but then they weren't on the list of 6. So I don't know. Oh, Julie Goldman would be my fantasy chump trivia team. Yeah, Julie Goldman. I thought you meant Julie the stylist. See, there's so many Julies. Well, only 2, I guess. Is there any other Julies? I don't know. Anyways, well, tomorrow is Heather McDonald. She hasn't been on in a while, which is good. Wednesday is Liz Rome. It's been a short minute since she's been on. Thursday, Denise Richards again, which will be very interesting if he talks about the whole Tori Spelling thing where Tori was like paying her $400 just to see if she could see her in the shower. That was hilarious. And Friday, one of my favorites, Patrick and Pohl. I love them. Let me know in comments if there's anything else you want to chat about. Oh, Buffy, Jameson is such a sweetheart and a sensible guy. I don't know if you're on the apps looking for a dude, if you want to be called a sensible guy. No, I actually think that is. I actually think, knowing Jameson, I think Jameson wants to be called a sensible guy. That sounds perfect, a perfect compliment for Jameson. Would Jeff want to be called a sensible guy? No. Jeff wants to be called hot and skinny and young and fresh, even though Jeff is very sensible when it comes to money, business, maybe not personal relationships, maybe not family relationships, maybe not parenting. Okay, just in business. That's all I'm going to agree to. I'm snarky in my sickness, right? Anyways, shout out Chumpets. We'll see you tomorrow at 12 o'clock. He's the voice of reason, especially to Jeff, for sure. I would say that Alyssa's the voice of reason too. For sure, for sure. Okay, give me a follow. Make sure on my Instagram and my YouTube, everything is under Jeff Lewis Obsessed. Give me a follow. Give me a like, comment, do anything that helps the algorithm, right? If you're lucky enough to have a Jeff Lewis Live listener as a friend, share my accounts with them. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, Monroe's clothes were falling. That was gross. Monroe's